Soz about that. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Still had the mute button on. I thought I'd actually press that, but I didn't. So never mind. There you go. Welcome, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy. Today was quite warm and could almost have been mistaken for summer, to be honest. It was one of those days. It was been a pleasant day out in old Yorkshire town. Went and watched a football match that may or may not have gone to the final kick of the game, and may or may not have resulted in several moments of enthusiasm and sadness, and of course ended in a success and a triumph and a victory for York City, as I tried to show the kids that football is not a TV program, as we watched a football match on a massive fucking telly. But we'll talk about that a little bit more as we go through. Let's get into it. You know what? The York City game was a good example of non-league football, but we are showing just how good non-league football can be as the greatest save on Twitch continues. Season 9, Darlington in the National League. And you're right, Dan, I don't know if the ball crossed the line either. Let's get into our bit, shall we? Right, welcome, everybody. You're right, Dan. I still don't know. Well, I can't tell conclusively whether the ball has crossed the line. It's the non-league equivalent of the Chelsea Liverpool goal, wasn't it? The ghost goal. There is no way of telling. I've messaged Jebru, who works on the live broadcast for DAZN. He couldn't tell me for definite if they have an angle of it. So that's a little bit intriguing. There's also a bit of an issue, right, where if the Rochdale fans don't charge on the pitch after they score, Rochdale have won the league because it's the final kick of the game. But because the Rochdale fans jump on the pitch and slow the game down, there's then an extra 5 minutes of added time, which means that the ball goes down the other side of the goal, and that's when York City get the chance to score. So there we go. That's what happens there, and then great ending to the match. Really fun. That's the way it's got to be. Their version of till the end, I think. 33, it was at least a foot over the line. Defenders miles behind the line. Now the defenders behind the line. Whether the ball's behind the line or not, we don't know. I still can't see. From one angle, it definitely looks like it's gone in. Well, from one angle, it looks like it's probably gone in. Another angle, it doesn't look like it should have been. But to be fair, York should have been about 5-0 up anyway. They had, probably at least 3-0 up, actually. Because they had a couple of moments where they should definitely have scored one-on-ones. But yeah, great game. Really entertaining match. And congratulations, York City. You're into the Football League. And therefore, next season, my season ticket will be League 2 football to watch rather than the National League again. So that's fine. Rochdale time comes back to bite them in the arse and with York time, Tristan. Both, do you know what? That's the thing as well. Both teams known for scoring at the end. And yeah, so it kind of had to be. And they were saying on the commentary at the start, like, that the fourth official will be the one that decides the game, and it's like, ooh, it's almost like you knew. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, very good, very entertaining. So that was cool. Took both of the boys, they went on a watch of it. Yeah, it was fine. Eldest Jameson, he did enjoy it. He did. He thought it was a bit loud at first, because the speaker was sort of like blasting in his face, and he wasn't really happy with that. But then we moved to a different side of the ground for the second half, and he was much happier with that. And then he's been walking around the house singing "We Are Going Up," which was, you know what, is brilliant. That's what he's had to get. He's had to understand the emotion and the feelings of a live football match. So he's got that, and he's been walking around in his little York City shirt. So he's had a lovely time today. Youngest Jameson ate lots of sweets, so he was also fine. He joined in more with the noise of the drums and the chants before eldest Jameson. And then at one point, then he freaked himself out, and he's like, it's too loud, I want to go home. But then eventually he was just like, it's fine. I'm having a great time. So he was chanting away. He's had a good time. So yeah, decent. Can't complain. to be honest. Can't complain. Not a bad afternoon out, to be honest. Keep the dream alive. Welcome in on YouTube. James, Tony, it could have been worse. At least we weren't Sunderland that lost 5-0. Well, that's true, James. Yeah, we did. We lost 5-0. But we're not potentially in a relegation battle. So, you know, and I don't think as well York are going to be as pathetic as to lock off the entire city for a tiny trophy. But yeah. Didn't beat Arsenal either, did you, James? So, you know, it's must be tough being a Newcastle fan, having to celebrate Forest wins. You know, going, hey, I tell you what, we're shite, but hey, at least Sunderland lost. And someone from Newcastle scored against them. Whoa, that's probably 3 points for us, I think. Yeah. Bless yous in your little Saudi Arabian sports watching project. Never mind. It's funny that 2 ex-Newcastle players scored their last 2 goals, Callum Wilson and Elliot Anderson. Oh, yeah. Oh, do you know what? That's perfect, James. Then there's the 6 points. That was the easy 6 points for you this season. So, there you go. You can have them now. There you go. That's the 6 points you didn't get when you played Sunderland. And obviously, you know, your striker scored for us as well. So, yeah, and we've broken him, haven't we? And that's right, Tuny. At least Isaac's finally scored. Yeah, that £120 million striker. Yeah, he's finally scored as well. Evening, it's RW. How are you, my friend? Hope you're well. Chris, interesting how Saudi are starting to dump their sports washing projects. Wonder how much longer they'll be at Newcastle. Well, there has been rumours for a few months that the Saudis might well be looking to get out. You know, so yeah, it'll be. I mean, do you know what? This is the thing, right? You know, they sold their soul for a Carabao Cup. They apparently protested Mike Ashley, but they're absolutely fine with the Saudis. You know, absolutely fine. And now, of course, they're turning on them, going, "Well, they didn't throw all the money that they said they'd throw against us." No, never mind. Well, fuck them. Even if they leave, won't affect Newcastle, can't spend it anyway. Well, okay, so they can. This is the problem, Jason. Newcastle still spent over £200 million in the transfer market, right? Newcastle spent money badly, yeah? Newcastle can spend money, right? In the same way that every club can spend money. You've just got to be clever with how you do it. You've got to be able to bring money in, which Newcastle are very good at doing, because they've got fans who will buy anything with their logo on it. Same as Liverpool fans. They're very similar fan base, right? Like, Newcastle can sell a lot of money for merchandise, right? But what they can't do is they can't attract world-class players because they're not a world-class club. That's the problem, yeah? And what they can't do is buy players who they can sell on later on, yeah? So they bought, I mean, compare it to what Sunderland did, right? Sunderland bought Granit Xhaka, okay, for 13 million quid or whatever. They bought Nordi Mukiele for 9 million quid. Newcastle bought Visser for 45 million quid. Yeah. We bought Brobby for 12. Like, you can buy players. Like, Voltemada was nearly 80 million quid. Like, you can absolutely buy players who aren't at that price. If they hadn't have spent all that money, they could have got more players in for less. So, do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not buying this we can't spend. Like, you did spend, you just spent it badly. Yeah. What's Jason got? I wasn't expecting to win against Arsenal. You pick your battles, we will not get relegated. But well done. Newcastle, we won't get relegated. Good. After spending nearly £500 million. We're above the 40 points. I'm not concerned from when we were going to the Championship. Yeah, I mean, once the Saudis turned up, you know, you should look at your own probability margins. Nearly triple Sunderland's. We started below the 100 million mark in probability margins. See, what I do, James, right, is I don't look at the probability margins. I look at the league table, and that says we're above Newcastle. And you didn't have a director of football for those matches. The director of football, he sends the players out on the pitch. Right, yeah. I'm looking at the league table. The league table says we've got more points, so we sit higher. They always say the league table never lies, right? So that's probably where I'd look, first of all. None of this expected points bullshit. XG, probability. look at what's actually happened, that's where we need to be. Yeah. Yes, Dan, TJ making friends again. Observer of Football, how's the save going? No idea, mate. No idea. Fine is the answer. We are in the National League. Okay, we've been promoted, okay, into the National League. And first season round, right? Not too bad. 15th. Played 15 games. Won 5, drawn 3, lost 7. Yeah. 17 goals scored, only 12 conceded, so again, defensively not too bad. They're right, 33, yeah, they enjoyed their 6 easy points. They definitely enjoyed their 6 easy points. Yeah, so seven games lost, not great, is it? But hey, we're expected to go down, probably battle bravely, but the press apparently seem to think that we should be doing okay. They're like expecting us to be 11th. So we'll take that. We'll absolutely take that. James, I'm in for the summer. It shouldn't have never been Eddie Howe choosing the signings. I mean, I don't think that makes a difference. Who's right? Look, hey, find whatever excuse you want, James, for why you're not playing well. Right? It's no skin off our nose at all. Okay, but what I will say is there's you can't just chuck out a "Hey, Sunderland lost" and expect that to be a comment. Really, like, gotta be more to it than that. Yeah. Jason, did you see the nonsense? The Sunderland manager's job is up for threat if you don't get Europe. Jason, you're absolutely right. It is nonsense. It's completely nonsense. Taken completely out of context. As we've said over the last couple of streams, Sunderland are quite forward thinking, I think, in their plan ahead. And I think the idea being that if a manager who was better than Lebris was available and was interested and we could get him, then I think we would be stupid not to consider a conversation. And I think that's where it is. It's not about Lebris not going to be in a job after, if we don't get into Europe. It's not that at all. But if someone is available that's better, then we'd probably look at them. Do you know what I mean? So that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Yeah. There's a Danish bloke looking for a job. Which one's that one? I mean, Eddie Howe's going to be out of a job at the end of the season. Liam Rosenia, Mr. Frank. No, not Mr. Frank. We're not getting Mr. Frank. Amarim's available. Yeah. And you know what? They'll stay available all summer. But yeah, if someone's available and interested, then we might have a conversation. But for me, Lebris is 100% going to be in the, 99% is going to be in the dugout come the start of the season, I think. Evening 8:15, how are you, my friend? Welcome in. Chris, what a game for you. Glad to see them go up. Very, very, very exciting, Chris. Very exciting indeed. Yeah. Thing is, right, here's the thing as well, okay? So when we're watching the beanbat today, right, the zone's on a 60-second to 90-second delay. And there'd already been a thing that had been circulated around saying, like, okay, there is a delay. Try and stay off your phones. Okay, try and keep the atmosphere as legit as it can be. And when it got to the end of the match, there was a dude in front of us with his kids who were behind being arseholes, right? And he was like pacing up and down. And he comes back in literally before Rochdale have scored. And he's like, it's over. They've scored. And he's like, and him and his pals were like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, Rochdale have already scored. And then, of course, it plays out on the screen in front of us. So the place goes like really bounced into like deathly silence at that point. So it's like, oh mate, come on, you didn't need to do that. And then he does it again with the York City goal. It's like, oh yeah, we've done it. And it's like, what? Like, why would you do that? Do you know what I mean? Why would you be that guy? Yeah, absolute arse. But you know what? Whatever floats your boat. This is the thing with football, and it's like everyone's got their own views on things and how things should be done. So, not like me, I'm awoke, so I'm allowed to have my own views on stuff. Yeah. This is why I fear Carrick will get the job. There's no one else. What, United? Is this what we're talking about, Jason? Michael Carrick, the guy who's doing well at Man U? Yeah, don't give him a job. Yeah. Don't give the guy who's doing well the job. Stupid idea. You know, the only other person who's doing really, really well is Gareth Southgate. Don't give him the job either. God, what a silly decision that would be. Yeah. Heard the chaos on the radio, the guy going bananas. Loved it. Oh, yeah. Good fun. It's good fun. Evening, MCG. How are you, pal? Welcome in. And one of the York City players punched a fan. So there's that to look forward to as well. Are we talking about real football here? Well, it depends upon on what you define as real, Luffy. There was definitely some conversation about football. There was the usual amount of Sunderland and Newcastle banter. If you're wondering, a replacement for Nicholas Jackson, what does that mean? What does that mean, James? I've missed that. I've got no context there. Police tackling the York City fan was a bit shitty as well. Little bit. Couple of videos of like a couple of police like laying a couple of digs in as well, which again, not a great look for the police, who are, of course, they are always known to be upstanding members of the community. That's all I'll say about that. You're coming about a minute. I don't know. Yeah, the police never done anything wrong. Nothing, Jam. Always, like, you know the police, right? Really, really good at doing things right, aren't they? As Chris says, completely fair and impartial all the time. But how are you, JM? Lovely to see you, pal. Not been around for a while. Like, I know you dip in and dip out and stuff, and it's always a pleasure seeing you. How are you? How's life treating you? Have you enjoyed this evening? And of course, what's happening with Wimbledon? Where are they at the minute? I must admit, I'm not as au fait as I used to be with everything football based. Sometimes I lurk a wee bit. I like that. I appreciate that, Jim. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not one for needing people to like sort of out themselves. Like, I'm here. It's like, all right, yeah, that's cool. Just, hang about, chill, Certainly no stress. We're in the relegation zone for a good part of today, but the 90th minute goal keeps us up. Get in. Like, 90th minute goals are fun, right? We might, what's this, James? We might lose Brian Brobby sooner due to a certain German club that has Harry Kane in it. Similar thing that happened to Job. Okay. I mean, it's not going to be dreadful, is it? Like, we bought Job for £3 million and sold him for 30 million. And if we bought Brobby for 12 million, if we sell him for what is it, 60? I think they're talking about. It's fine. It's decent return. Do you know what I mean? What we'll do is we'll then reinvest it into someone decent. Or we'll just take Voltemada. He's already scored a goal for us, so he loves playing for Sunderland. Easy. Evening, Llama. How are you, my friend? Welcome back in. Always a pleasure having Llama around, isn't it? Wimbledon's first win, JM says... first win in 2026 or something stupid like that. You sound a bit like sorry, Chris, I'm not going to say it. 0-0 against our old adversaries, Kings Lynn. So that keeps us 15th, unfortunately. Isaac broke his leg, came back and scored before Voltemada did. Hey, no, not true, Jason. Voltemada scored against Newcastle, remember? Yeah, for Sunderland in the derby. Yeah. Andy nearly scored another one if it wasn't for Ramsdale getting his hands in the way at St James. He had a clean header. Could have made it too. Fair Jews, welcome in, appreciate the follow. Great header. Pick that one out. Shame Shields couldn't go up automatically through the playoffs. True. Hebburn Town have won though. Hebburn Town are going to be in FM next year. They're in the National League North now. So there's a team for me to ruin in the North. You've just seen the York player punch the fan. Yeah, it's in the Discord, by the way, if you haven't seen it. 33, love Brobby, but he's never going to get you 15 goals a season. He's probably not. But you know what? If he plays for, Bayern Munich or Man United or City or whatever, like, he probably would, because he'd have additional players around him. But yeah, he's not a goal scorer, is he? He's not an out and out goal scorer. He's not a number 9. I love him to bits. Don't worry, I love him to bits. But yeah, he'll probably go at some point. In fact, they'll all probably go at some point. You know what I mean? You got to just accept they're all going to go, and that's just what happens, isn't it? And the job is for the club is to replace them and replace them with someone who's either as good or better for the same amount of money or less. I mean, there's talk of Rafael Leao already, so if that kind of conversation's happening, all right, I'm here for that. I don't know whether it's true or not, but we will see. We will see. Hebburn was a cracking show. Did you watch it, Console? Did you? Ah, okay. Yeah, a few mates who obviously did that. So Jason, my mate, he wrote it. Ramsey, of course, in it. Yeah, I'm always interested to see how far it's travelled, because obviously we knew about it in the Northeast. I wasn't sure as to like sort of how far it travelled outside of the Northeast, to be honest. But yeah, excellent. I'm glad you enjoyed it. He scored for you. In fact, it doesn't mean much in one game. You need to look at this season's numbers, still higher than Brobby. I mean, it made a lot of difference in that game, James. Come on, you can't say that Voltemada scoring the winning goal for Sunderland against Newcastle in the derby didn't have a great bearing on that match. It absolutely did. It absolutely did. And your 90 million, 80 million pound striker should score more goals than our 12 million pound striker. Yeah, he should. Yeah, I don't really know what we're debating from here at this point. For what it's worth, and I will say it on record, I quite like Voltemada. I think he's all right. I think he's a decent player. The sooner he leaves the Mags, the better, of course. Jonathan David's the striker we're in for. Ooh. Interesting. You're right. Chris and 33, you'll know this, like, pretty much like whoever we're linked with, we don't end up getting, do we? We just go, right, we're linked with these guys, that's interesting, and then we buy someone else from like completely left field, and it's just like bizarre. Zlatan, get Zlatan in. Why would Leao hang on? Why would you go Leao's getting Champions League football next season? A thing called the Premier League. That's why players leave Champions League clubs to go to the Premier League. I mean, that's literally it. I don't agree with it personally. There's loads of players have left to join and get more money. I don't agree with it. I think it's a stupid idea, or maybe there's a project. Maybe he'd be wanted. Dembele was at the stadium and everyone thought we'd signed him. Honestly, Chris, I would rip my cock off if we end up with Dembele. Just for the fact he's KLD's best mate. It would be fucking amazing. Like, could you imagine? Like, just for a second, the idea of it happening, right? And it's not, right? Let me go on record right now. It's not happening, okay? I know Dembele says he might leave at the end of the season. He is 99.9% not going to Sunderland. But I can guarantee you that KLD has said to him, right, what do you reckon? 100% they've had that conversation. 100%. Even if Dembele has laughed at him and just went, it ain't happening, right? He's 100% put it on the table. You know for a fact he has. And I don't, following players like Xhaka coming in, I don't, like, nothing is off the table for me. Like, just whatever happens, happens. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. One of the Moussa Dembélés, the good Dembélé, the one that the Ballon d'Or Dembélé, he's our owner's best mate. So it's like, it ain't gonna happen. Xhaka, Mukiele, Siddiqui, Talbi all left with Champions League next season. Mukiele left Paris Saint-Germain, didn't he? Yeah, Xhaka left Leverkusen. Siddiqui left Strasbourg. Talbi was a Union Saint-Gallen, I think, wasn't he? Oh no, Diarra was at Strasbourg as well. Reinildo left Atletico Madrid. They've got Champions League football. Alderete was the top defender in Spain. I mean, yeah, Bobby played for Ajax, so yeah, probably had some sort of European football as well. Same reason players go to Newcastle: money. Yeah. I love that. We love that. In fact, we're debating the idea of Moussa Dembele joining. So it's Ousmane Dembele, isn't it? Sorry, Ousmane Dembele joining Sunderland, and with just fucking Heather Small just like shouting on in the background. Money and a place to showcase yourself in the Premier League before you get a City, United, Arsenal move. Yeah, or an easier move to Real Madrid. There's that as well. Like, Paris Saint-Germain probably don't want to deal with Real Madrid directly, but Sunderland will. You know? After the whole Mbappe thing, I think Paris probably don't want to sell players to Real Madrid. I mean, could you imagine the meltdown response if such a thing were to happen? It would be like, it would be crazy. I can't even allow myself to consider the possibility, but somewhere in my head, I just love the idea that in some sort of universe, Luke O'Nien and Ousmane Dembele are in the same squad. Right, Scunthorpe are giving us they're all over us at the minute. Do we push on and get into them? Sorry for this. For anyone who's here to watch Football Manager, by the way, that's also taking place. Rather than TJ's chatty nonsense that I tend to do. Trademark chatty nonsense, of course. Oof, another good bit of blocking there, right? We're being targeted down this right-hand side, aren't we? What's this? What do I do here? I've got press him right. Didn't realize the game was on. I mean, to be honest, I'm same Dan. Really, just gets in the way again, doesn't it? Can I say if we can sign Milton Nunes, then Dembele will be easy? Exactly, Macam Dad. Yeah. We've been able to believe before. We can believe again. Oh, he's got him behind. Oh, come on. Went to Kidderminster Harriers today versus South Shields. Good game. Nice. Some name the Scunthorpe keeper's got pretty much from somewhere exotic. End up living in Scunthorpe. What's he called? Casa Grande. I think he's named after a Seat car, isn't he? Yeah. All right, I'm Kenny Casagrande. Welcome in. I love being from Scunthorpe. I do. Born and bred. Kenny Casagrande sounds like an FM regen. It does, doesn't he? Go on, Binley, good challenge. Church, Coulson. Church is meant to be in the middle. Oh. Tunehouse born in Scunthorpe, it's a shithole. Yeah, it is, unfortunately, isn't it? Played Scunthorpe a few times, and it's it's one of those. The Baths Hall was nice. That was always a really lovely gig. But then there's a nightclub gig I did in Scunthorpe, which was horrific. I can't even remember what it was called, but it was just like really bad. Ball's whipped in. Oh, come on. Who's that that's just stood watching? Coulson. Bindley. Decent hit. We are pressing apparently. Right, okay. Can't wait to get Ipswich back in the Premier League. Great team to play against. I mean, what happened today? Did they manage to get a result or did they drop it? Nightclub, Pickwicks, Garbos. No, like, can't remember. I mean, we were talking 10, 12 years ago now or something, tuning. I mean, obviously it'll still be there, clearly. Henry Africa's, I'd remember that. I would remember that. Garbos, maybe. Again, on the main street, not too far from the Baths Hall. If Southampton win on Wednesday, 1 point from second, fifth on the final day. Ian and Britt, how are you, buddy? Anything interesting happened today? Not a thing, mate. Not a thing. Good ball back. Openda. It's been coming. Ipswich second in the championship. Right, okay. Well, do you know what? If we get Coventry up and then Ipswich up as well, that's two of the original founders of the Premier League. Just need Oldham back as well, then we'll be all right. Or Middlesbrough. Get Middlesbrough back in. That'd be all right. Let Leeds have a derby. Be another easy 6 points for the Mags. He moved away 28 years ago. I think it's probably for the best, Tuny. Probably for the best. Was Swindon there in the first season? I don't think they were there in the first season. I think they were there very early on. Queen's Park Rangers were. First or second or third season sounds about right. Yeah, they weren't one of the OGs. Oh, blower. Ipswich deserve to go up for the Ipswich fans that never got the chance in the Premier League in FM 25. I mean, I don't think that's a thing, is it? let's not say that's not a real reason to get promoted, is it? You know, that's like saying, do you know what? I feel really bad for Sunderland because they didn't get to wear their Hummel kits on that year because the game. Oh yeah, it's not a thing. Not really. Right, Hume's focused. Hume wants to get on. Let's get him on for Bernard then. It was a false 9. Swindon was 93, 94. Hoddle playing a sweeper. John Gorman as well, the assistant manager. Didn't they have... I want to say they had DeCanio, but they didn't. Sure they didn't. Wimbledon were in the OGs, that's right. Chaser, yeah. Yeah. And Southampton, of course, as well. Crystal Palace, Blackburn. Go both through. There's Hill. Oh! DeCanio was Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, I know, but for some reason, I think he ended up somewhere mental. Or am I thinking of Jan Åge Fjortoft? No, DeCanio was there as manager. But it was 2011 till 2013. Then he went off to join Sunderland. Yeah. Which again is always a difficult one to take, as a football club when you realise that your manager's a fascist. It's like, oh. Here we go. Have we got another ball forward? Yes, we have. Coulson. Oh, Hume at the back post. Fjortoft was at Swindon before he went to Borough. Yes, he was. I was about to say Neil Redfern, but that's Barnsley, isn't it? Yeah, Barnsley were an early Premier League side as well. Always remember DeCanio at Sunderland for that knee slide at St James in his suit. 3-0 as well. Getting Dan Hill, Darlington in the result. Darlington after the result against Oxford today. I hadn't seen what happened. I saw the CEO addressing the fans afterwards. Now I can't remember if he'd been talking about what's happened in real life or what's happened on this stream, because it's like we started the season well, then we tailed off in the middle, and I was like that's us, and then obviously it ended at the end. Oldham Athletic, yeah, the original Premier League founders, first team to play in the Premier League and then non-league. So what a result that is. 3-2 against Scunny. Scunned them. Right, up to 13th. Go on. Time for the job centre, everyone? I think so. Twelfth is where it'll be. It's written in the stars. Look, we know what we are, right? Was it Sheringham who got the first ever Premier League goal? No, Chris is right. Brian Dean, Sheffield United versus Man United at Old Trafford. And then the score of the 10,000th goal was Mark Albrighton as well. Was it Bramall Lane? Was it Bramall Lane? Sorry, my bad. I thought it was at Old Trafford. And again, no, I suppose that again, yeah, with Sheffield United wearing red and white. It was at home. Matt Blade, you'll absolutely know the answer to that, won't you? No, Bramall Lane. Shearer scored a debut, a hat trick, didn't he? On his And that's his Blackburn debut, not his Southampton debut. Swindon Town were in the Premier League. If it's not, not on the first ever Premier League though. Right. So yeah, first ever Premier League. Let's have a look. Yeah, Man U. So in order: Man U, Villa, Norwich, Blackburn, QPR, Liverpool. I've said their worst ever season where they finished 6th. Sheffield Wednesday, Tottenham, Man City. Remember them? Arsenal 10th, Chelsea 11th before all the money came in. That's where they used to sit. Wimbledon 12th, Everton 13th, Sheffield United 14th, Coventry, Ipswich, Leeds, Southampton, Oldham Athletic, and then it was Palace, Middlesbrough, and Nottingham Forest relegated. Yeah, Main Road Man City, no money Man City. Yeah, no Qatar. You know, was it state ownership back when Palace were a yo-yo club? Yeah. Wimbledon and Crystal Palace sharing Selhurst Park. Defending champions Leeds United, not quite ready for the pass-back rule. Not quite ready for Steve Bruce and 7 minutes of injury time against Sheffield Wednesday as well. Was that the year Norwich were in Europe? Yeah, well, yeah, so the following year off the back of it, yeah, Villa finished 2nd, Norwich finished 3rd, and then Norwich went and beat Bayern Munich in Europe. Absolutely mad. Jeremy Goss. I think Villa beat Inter Milan that year as well. On penalty. I'm sure it was on penalties. Didn't Steve Bruce score loads of goals that season? Never got called up for England. I think it was something like 13 goals or 14 goals or something. Yeah. Roy Hodgson at Inter. That's right. By all accounts, after that match, Gianluca Pagliuca, the Italian goalkeeper, he said that he really enjoyed the atmosphere at Villa Park and therefore became a Villa fan. Apparently he's got an Aston Villa tattoo. Remember Forest beating Bayern Munich a few years later? Remember that Forest kit, like with the pinstripes and Labatt's on the front? It's lush. Teddy Sheringham with his flappy collar. Roy Keane, Stuart Pearce. Steve Bruce was a better player than he was a manager. Oh, yeah. Most of them are, to be honest. Most of them are better players than managers. Roy was at St Andrews today, full suit, class act. Oh, we love Roy Hodgson, don't we? I genuinely, I think he's amazing. If I had the career that Roy Hodgson had, I would be very, very happy. Very happy indeed. Slightly racist. I'm not just slightly, very, very is the way it would be looked upon now, isn't it? What? How can you not love Roy Hodgson, Tunie? He brought Paul Konchesky in. Tunie's a Liverpool fan, Chris. That's why. You know, ruined his beloved Liverpool apparently. Didn't he sell the wrong player? Am I right in thinking that Paul Konchesky wasn't meant to be sold? Like, was meant to be sold and he didn't sell him? Love Roy Hodgson, his Liverpool team was minging. Was that his fault though, or was that the club's fault? Was it Roy Hodgson who brought Breda Hangeland into the world? Because that's what you need to look at. Do you know what I mean? It was the big Ukrainian striker they had. Oh, Vladimir Voronin. That was the one. It looked like He-Man. Yeah. It looked like a mixture of He-Man and Triple H. Was there for 4 months. Yeah, exactly. He never got his own philosophy across. You can't get your own philosophy across in 4 months. Hodgson and Liverpool, an interview at Liverpool saying they could go down after dropping in the bottom three. Yeah. Because at that time, mathematically, he could. Yeah, look. People didn't like Roy Hodgson because he just told the truth. Yeah. He wasn't giving Liverpool fans what they wanted to hear. Which was, I love you, Liverpool. You're the best thing ever. That's what they want. Breda Hangeland was at Copenhagen before he came to England. I'm a big fan of Breda Hangeland. I love the fact that he is a proper like brick wall centre half. What round of FA Cup do we start getting money? Well, we got a reasonable amount when we got to the fourth. I suppose it depends upon who you played, doesn't it, really? We got a lot of money in the fourth round of the FA Cup because we played Southampton. But we're actually been knocked out of the FA Cup by Telford, who are below us in the league, which is fine because then we don't have to, it's like not another stretch on the players, to be honest, in the squad. So it was a distraction we didn't need. So we're knocked out of the FA Cup at this point. If you're in the first round proper, yeah, you could really do with getting. I mean, if you can get depends on who's been relegated as well, because you can get a decent League One or League Two club in round one or round two. That might bring you a few quid in. There is a little bit of a kick clash going on. Yeah. There's a goal. Better when you're having to go at the Mags. Can we go back to that? I'll take it in turns, Cheery. Don't worry. I'll have a go at the Mags. I'll have a go at Liverpool. You know what I'm like, right? Both sets of fans are unbearable. Although it is funny that it looks like slot stain. That's quite good. Mrs. J was like, oh yeah, apparently like he's going to get given the chance to walk away in the summer. I was like, he's not going to do that, is he? Because you're going to miss out on, the loyalty payments for getting sacked in the first place, the compensation. And also, if he does walk away, then what message does that send to every other club? Like, that's basically him saying, I couldn't do that, so he's not going to get offered a chance at another club of that level again, is he? Or anyone in the Premiership. So, he's not going to do that. She's like, no, but we're not a sacking club. I was like, all right. Then you'll keep him then. We've knocked Newport out. Yeah. I mean, obviously I'm not allowed to celebrate Newport getting knocked out, but that was early. That was in FM24, I think. Yeah, so we're fine. Here's Critchlow. St. Bernard. Back for Bindley. Here's a question, right? Okay. And I'm going to change the subject from football now because, quite frankly, we've talked more than enough about football than we've ever talked about on this channel. The new He-Man film. Thoughts? Thoughts on the trailer? Is it gonna be wank? I don't get around to watching many films, and I'm obviously going to be I'm always upset when you're always upset when things from your childhood get remade, and I've managed to stifle most of my childhood memories, but He-Man still holds a place in my heart, right? And now they're remaking it, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be bad, isn't it? Like, looks very much like Marvel, so probably fun to watch. See, that's the problem, Exploding Carrot. I don't like Marvel. I don't watch any of that stuff. It just, for me, I just can't get into it. I feel as though it's all like alleged style over substance. It's like AI imagery. I look at it and go, it's a bit shit, and it looks the same as everyone else's. Like, I'd rather someone did something unique. So probably, yeah. I can't imagine I'm going to watch it, to be honest. But I just feel a bit sad, really. That's all. Mortal Kombat looks good. Well, thoughts on Street Fighter? Street Fighter again is not going to be very good, is it, Luffy? The original one wasn't very good. It's a remake, definitely. Oh yeah. It's 100% a well. It's not technically a remake, is it? It's a reimagining. I think they try to refer it, don't they? A new film, but based on an old idea. So yeah, it's going to be something. I mean, it's not going to be good, is it? It's just a shame, isn't it, really? Tell you what remake was rubbish, The Naked Gun. See, I'm glad you've said that. I haven't watched it just purely for the basis that it's The Naked Gun and it shouldn't be remade. Leslie Nielsen, genius. You've drawn Blackpool League One, says Chris. Most modern films are now crap. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. That's a fair comment. There's Ben. Oh, there's another Newcastle fan. And look at that. Yeah, did you watch the game last night? No. I was here. Did you get any points for that win, Ben? Or we've discussed it with another Newcastle fan. I think I don't think you get those points. And obviously, mathematically, you're in a relegation battle now as well. So, yeah. Oh, what a ball. What a goal. What a goal that is. The flag's gone up. Oh. That was stunning. Calispera J said that would have been a wonderful winner. Oh, what's the Lionel doing there? He's had a shocker. Bring me VAR. That's what I want. VAR is always right. Yeah. But it's proof of how we can play. Yeah. That's what we've got to take out of it. That game, Stevenage Altrincham. 6-2. Oh, I would 6-2 to be Altrincham right now. If Newcastle went down, they could spend as much as they wanted for a season. Their fans should want that. Yeah. That'd be quite good, actually, wouldn't it? And then what they could do is they could lock the city down again for winning the championship. Have a festival on the town moor again. Get Sam Fender out. I mean, York City are going to have a festival on the Knavesmire, presumably, for winning the National League. Shed 7 are booked in to play a 3-week-long concert residency. The city's going to be locked off for months just to celebrate a minor trophy. It's going to be quite the inconvenience. Having said that, any club's willing to pay Harry Winks' 90 grand a week, they need their head examined. Yeah, like this is the issue of football clubs, right? They just buy crap, don't they? And I was trying to discuss this. I think we've discussed this on the stream a few times, and I think we've maybe tried it on the podcast as well. Like, the fact that clubs just buy from bigger clubs to go like, oh yeah, they must be decent. Like players who've been like the Man City reserves or something, or Liverpool reserves, and it's like, right, well, they are 15 or 20 million quid. And you're like, how? Like, just because they've been at that club for 3 years or 2 years or whatever, they've not made it anywhere near first team. No other Premier League clubs are looking at them. Like, how are they that sort of money? And why do clubs just pay it? That's the stupid thing. Do you know what I mean? Police Squad was a classic, Luffy, you're right. Signing Winks and selling Dewsbury Hall feels daft. Yeah. The wedding venue's gone, hasn't he? You love the theme to Police Squad. Do you know what? I've got it in my head now. I've got it in my head. It's gonna sit there for a while. It's gonna be an earworm, isn't it? Police Academy was class as well. Thank you, Brentford. Disgust, Tuny. Or as in, like, Brentford bought a load of Liverpool players for loads of money that probably shouldn't have. Denise fell out on a float. That'll be it. That's how you celebrate a title win. I mean, obviously, Chris is now, happy because, Spurs aren't going to get relegated. Newcastle will now. Do you know what? Right. If that happens, okay, if Spurs now avoid relegation and Newcastle go down, I would, do you know what? I would rip it off again. That would be so funny. So funny. That's it. Carvalho, Vandenberg, and Kalala. Yeah. Yeah. Utter shit. And I bet that's what? £80 million worth of players there, apparently. Like, I'm sorry. If between them is 80 million quid, I must be worth 20 million quid. Surely. If they are. Coming so hard, my glasses fell off. Honestly, Luffy, I would probably give myself cramp just due to a salt deficiency. Yeah. I'd have to be chugging electrolytes for weeks. Last minute Longstaff winning for Leeds on Wednesday was huge. Oh yeah, hey, that's the Newcastle player. They can celebrate. They get 3 points for that, don't they? That's how it works. Yeah. Kalala is a decent keeper, to be honest. Is he, though? I've not seen much of him, to be honest, so I don't really know. More than £80 million. More than £80 million on those. Oh. Sorry, Mr. J, I can't stop. Yeah. I'm like a Mr. Whippy machine at this point. Leslie Nielsen owns all my funny bones from his Naked Gun movies. Shirley, you can't be serious. I can, and don't call me Shirley. Flying? First time? Yeah. Nervous? First time? No, I've been nervous lots of times. Airplane is one of the greatest films of all time. Top Secret was rather good as well. They were all of the similar ilk, weren't they? I like my like a man, like my men, like I like my coffee. Yeah. Mrs. J's recently discovered. Have I told you this? Have I told you this? Mrs. J's recently rediscovered Eddie Izzard, and I'm like, surely you must have watched a lot of Eddie Izzard previously in like earlier life. It's just like, She's like, I don't know. I don't think so. I was like, oh, mate, you're missing out. You're missing out. Izzard is fantastic. Oh, so now all she's been doing, yeah, she's just been walking around the house like all day, just like, cake or death, cake or death. Cake, please. Definite Articles, one of the best stand-ups ever. Yeah. Like, Eddie Izzard is one of the reasons I'm a stand-up. Like, I remember watching it, just thinking don't find him funny at all. Fair play, Chaser, but it's, for me, it's, he was so good. So good. Well, these trays are wet. This one is wet as well. This one is wet. Where did you dry them? In the Amazon rainforest? I do not need a tray. I'm Lord Vader. You need a tray because the food's hot. Oh, the food is hot. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I will kill you. Drester Kills, the greatest stand-up show. Drester Kills me. Lee Evans, I never liked. Oh, I can't get away with Lee Evans at all either. Crazy Brit. I don't find him funny. Like, all right, mate, you sweat. Get over it. That's all. That's all I think about Lee Evans. He sweats and talks fast. I do both of those things, and nobody gives me an arena tour. I just don't get it. And also as well, when people say I like Lee Evans, I just kind of go, we're not going to get on. Like, we're not going to get on because what you think is funny isn't. I'm covered in bees. Yeah, I like my women like I like my coffee. Covered in bees. Rick Mail sweated and he was funny. Rick Mail was class. Rick Mail was properly class. Mrs. going about watching Ramesh next year. Oh, you should do. Ramesh is mint. He's like, he genuinely hates everything. He's good. Stop playing that instrument. You sound crap. I bought a hammer. You may use it if you wish. Ross Noble's one of the funniest people in histories. Yeah. Ross Noble's amazing as well. It's interesting though, because once I started doing comedy, I started looking out for the joins in the bits that are improv and the bits that aren't. And I was like, oh, it's almost ruining this for me. Because he's clearly like incredible at as being an improv. But then I'm like, where does he weave his material in? It must be there somewhere. I almost sort of like started missing little bits. But yeah, Noble's class. Mrs. L's got me Bridges tickets for Christmas. Oh. So Mrs. Jace was having a conversation with some work colleagues. Right? And they said to her, who's the most underrated comedian? And she said Bridges. And they went, what do you mean underrated? Like, he's massive. And Mrs. J was like, yeah, but you don't realise just how good he is. Like, nobody really appreciates right now how fucking mint Bridges is. She's like, we've seen him in like so many different places and ways of working. And he's just like, he is like, do we say it? Do I put the Billy Connolly? If you were to if you were going to have the next, like you would in FM, he's absolutely going to get that level. You can watch Who's Rice all the bit forever. Who's Rice? Hey, that's what you're going to be known for. School, I'm going to end you. Chad Hogan, eh? Hired the band to play his front room. I love the bit where they're going about playing FIFA late at night and they're going, is that Motherwell versus Colombia? It's a good result for the Well, that, eh? 1-1, eh? Whole part about how tense is an MD. Honestly, he is the absolute master. Yeah, I would say he is the most underrated. George Carlin, philosopher and comedian's body goat. Carlin's good. Carlin's very, very good. I'll give you that. Loved Eddie Izzard's bit about the shower controls and a bit of safe breaker. Yeah. Freezing, freezing hot, freezing, freezing hot. Really, really cold. Really, really cold. Dave Gorman's mint. Dave Gorman is mint. Rod Gilbert is mint. Yeah. Dave and Lamey, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate the raid. Very kind. How was the stream? Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome to the greatest save on Twitch, we're calling it. It's the National League with Darlington. It's taken us 8 years to get here. Chris, I like that. This is absolutely aimed at Newcastle, isn't it? Also, can we get Off With Their Heads as well, which is another Newcastle song reference, couldn't it? Stream was good. Weekend build a nation in Gibraltar. Nice. Excellent. How far are we in? FM realism mode. That's what we're doing, Brit. Exactly. This is what we're doing. Yeah, we're doing it properly. But yes, Jason, I'll take your point. George Carlin, very, very good indeed. Very good. Have you watched much Mark Maron, Jason? I think Mark Maron might be up your street. I think you'd quite like him. I like him as well. I think he's very good. TEW tomorrow. It is TEW tomorrow, and I'm still trying to convince Llama to find some more hours in the day, because Llama is not only in the deep end. Llama is out into open waters. Llama's swimming in the ocean right now, like with TEW. He is fully immersed. We're on the TW train too. We are, yeah. Sunday we do the BSW, which is backseat wrestling, and we run the Sunday Slam every week. So it's like a monthly show that we do on the Sundays. So, I don't need teaching. We're gonna learn it. Well, Llama's gonna learn it the same way I'm learning. Actually, you know what? No, Llama's actually trying to learn, and I am very much learning in front of people. That's the way I tend to do it. Jermaine, I've come to the wrong place to relax. All the piss talking here. Toon Army. Oh yeah. If you're a Newcastle fan and you give it the big one, you're gonna get shat on. But welcome in, Jermaine. Watched the podcast earlier. Thought it was backdoor wrestling. Well, that's on Patreon. Is backdoor wrestling. We did beat Marine, Brit. We did. 2-1 just then. Yeah. 2-1. Get in. 14th position for Darlow as well. Flying up the league. Might have booked an appointment to talk to the doctor about maybe having ADHD. Good for you, Luffy. Good for you. That's awesome. Huge step to take, by the way. Shows how much I actually watch. I don't watch any of this, Brit. I can't be paying attention. I mean, it's gonna slow me down, isn't it? If I start paying attention, then we might win things. So I'd rather not. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather keep my eyes over here. Yeah. I didn't know if any Newcastle fans were capable of giving it the big one. Isn't that why they're always half naked? No. That's not it. One realistic signing for Sunderland. Who would you go for? Ooh, good question. Yeah, Ousmane Dembele would be the only signing that I'd be looking for. Anything other than that is a disappointment, really, isn't it? Who would I go for? Who do I like? Who do I like? Do you know what? We're not going to go for him. I would love Ollie Watkins from Villa. I would love Ollie Watkins. I would love John McGinn. I think somebody like. So I'm trying to think of a striker. Do you know what I mean? Like realistically, a striker. We could do with a centre half. John Stones is out of contract at Man City. Do we look at that issue? I don't know whether we'd go there. Harvey Elliott's not very good. Right, I'm going to say this a lot, right? Harvey Elliott is not good. Yeah. And if he was good, he'd have got in the Villa team and they'd have just bought him. Yeah, and also when he's played, he's not done very well. So, no, I don't want to scare Harvey Elliott. I think that sends out the wrong message of just going and buying, as I said before, shite from Liverpool and Arsenal and Man City. Yeah, get Voltemada in. That's what I do. He's a Macam anyway. Get him in. Go on. Harry Wilson off to Villa. Really? Interesting. Jared Bowen for the right wing. I mean, we've got Talby. Talby's quite good. Darwin Núñez is a goal machine on FM. He's not in real life, though, is he, Alexander? He's rubbish, is what he is. What's that? Coulson wants to start more games as well. Right, okay. Yeah, you know what? I'd have Voltemada. I'd take Voltemada for Newcastle. Sell Brobby, buy Watkins. Nah, keep them both. Imagine Brobby holding the ball up for Watkins running in behind. That would be class. Someone takes Solanke. Oh, we're not. Solanke's going to end up at Newcastle. That's where Solanke's going to go. He deserves to play at Newcastle. And he's injured again. Oh dear. Even Benny, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Up the Darlow, indeed. Up the Darlow. Yeah, who else would we have then? Who else is going to be the realistic signing? In fact, do you know what? Let's open it up to everyone else. Who's the realistic signing for your club that you want next season? Bold shout, would you take Fleming and Ward-Prowse off Burnley? No. Ward-Prowse is too old. Fleming looks all right, though, but I think we've got better. I'm always reluctant to take players from teams that get relegated as well. Because my argument is that, well, if they've been relegated, they're obviously not very good. Right? And I know that's not always the case, but you shouldn't be looking at trying to nick from the bottom first of all, because it's not going to work, is it? It's not going to. Very rarely are they the player that moves you up the next level. The problem is asking price if players have done half decent is ridiculous. Yeah. Oh, like there's no value to be found in the Premier League console. So that's why you go out into Europe and find players from out there. So bring them back in. You know, anyone who's buying from the Premier League is stupid. We need a striker, 2 wingers, a pair of centre-backs, a progressive midfielder. I mean, yeah, you can pretty much take your pick, Chris, to be honest. In fact, here's the thing. I said this to Mrs. J, actually, Chris. There's 2 players I think that Tottenham could go for in the summer. And it would depend upon if the worst happened, Chris, right? If the worst happened and Spurs went down, I think you'd go back for Sirkin from Sunderland. Free transfer, left back, formerly Tottenham. Very, 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 very good. Injury prone, granted, but I think you go straight for Sirkin. And I would also say Jack Clark from Ipswich. I think you'd go for him. Lamine Kamara, long-term Xhaka replacement. Ooh, that would be good. That would be good. We've got Sensei if we stay up. That's a weird signing, innit? It's like, it's a big if, innit? Lancashire will start for us if we go down. Who's Lancashire? Half the team's on loan in the Championship. For United, we need a CDM next to Kobe. Locatelli at Juve will be a decent choice. Jason wants a new contract for Szoboszlai. I mean, thing is though, Jason, it'll be a contract with a buyout clause, won't it? That's the thing. And then off to Real Madrid he goes. That Troy Parrott coming back, that would be good. That would be good. What about Les Ferdinand? Could you get him? Eric Torstvedt. David Howells be a good signing. They can have Maguire. Right. I'm not having Maguire slander at all. Do you know what? I'd take Maguire at Sunderland. 100% I'd take Maguire. Actually, fuck it. There you go. Harry Maguire. Right? Harry Maguire to step in for when Dan Ballard's injured. Imagine that. Oh. Ballard, Maguire, and Alderete. Oh, come on. Give me a bit of that. That's 3 centre-halves and a half, innit? Oh. Yeah, yes. Yeah. Wouldn't he, Chris? He'd be we would love Harry Maguire at Sunderland. I don't know which part of the media has convinced Man United and England fans that Harry Maguire is rubbish. I've got no idea. But fine. Believe what you want, but he ain't rubbish at all. He's not rubbish at all. Jason, I read somewhere that all the goals Les Ferdinand scored was without one penalty. That's proper striker in my book. Yeah, you have to watch him regularly. Now, the thing is, though, Chase, is it him that's the problem, or is it the other players around him that are the problem? Is he having to compensate for everybody else? Because that's what it looks like. Man United fans thought Ballon d'Or nominated Scott McTominay was shite. There's that as well. Yeah. And they thought that Ahmad Diarra was crap as well. And we can tell you he's not. Oh, little Ahmad. Oh, little Ahmad. Oh. I don't even know if Ahmad gets in our side anymore. No. Don't know. Could you feel bad bringing Ahmad back and like him not even starting? It'd be like just bringing him in as like a sub. Diallo. Did I say Diarra? Did I say Diarra? I meant Diallo. It's been a long day. It's been a long, long day. Did I say that? Okay. Never fall in love with a lone player. I know. He's always going to break our heart, wasn't he? Wasn't he, Chris? Had 30 Bruno runs this season on stream. Most overrated player in English football. Who's overrated? Bruno Fernandes. Most overrated player in English football. Oh, that's a bold statement. He's not even the most overrated player in the Man United team. Like, he's very, very good. Very, very good. Jallo play every week just so we can sing his song for 90 minutes. Oh, I miss him. Miss him in his little face. Bruno Fernandes, one of the most... There's a lot to unpick there. Most overrated player in English football. Cole Palmer. Yes. Thank you, Britt. Cole Palmer is shit. He is shit. Him and Phil Foden. I'm still on me Phil Foden his crap rant, by the way. And I even heard on the radio today one of the commentators going, "Oh, Phil Foden's having a bad season because of Jeremy Doku." No, Phil Foden's having a bad season because he's Phil Foden. That's why. And that's the sort of player that we don't want to be linked with. Is we don't want to be linked with Phil Foden at 200 grand. Let him go to Everton. Amad Diarra. All right, cool. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. I made an error. Foden is average at best. Yeah, exactly. Dronibar, welcome in. You'd love Foden at Spurs. Would you? Or would you rather have Bergvall? Because I tell you what, I'd probably rather have Bergvall. As if Bruno 2 assists off the record for a Premiership season. 18 assists and the most chances created in the Premier League with a poor Man United team would disagree. Yeah, I'm not having Foden being classed as anything but shite. Foden is such a Spurs player. I hate the fact that Spurs is like a slanderous thing in it. It's like, do you know what? At the start of the season, before a ball was kicked, before any of our players came in, I would have been like sat going, "Oh, do you know what? If Sunderland got Jack Grealish, I'd love it." Now, Jordan Pickford. Give me Jordan Pickford as well, just in case Roof scores. Like, if Roof scores, I want Pickford in goal. He's also the only one that gets assists, isn't he? Statistically, they're bound to score 18 goals a season. Being the guy that sets them up doesn't make you a worldie. I mean, it does help though, doesn't it? Like, if you're setting the goals up, that's quite important. I'd love Pickford to come back. Thing is, though, if he comes back, does it ruin it? Can we stop calling Man U shite? Thank you, 33. Thank you. Thank you. Sometimes I feel like I talk to myself. Do you know what I mean? But you're right. They're not shite. They're not shite at all. They and Liverpool. They and Liverpool. They and Tottenham were last year's European Cup finalists. Like, they were in a European final. Neither of those sides are shite. I've got your back on this one, by the way, Chris. I'm not having the Tottenham slander. I've never had the Tottenham slander. The Spursy. I've never gone with that. Right? And I think that Tottenham actually have struggled with the fact United got Carrick. Because I think if United hadn't got Carrick would be at Spurs. And Spurs will probably be all right and they'd be out of trouble. They have the worst shite out to get because of their early season, their shitty owners. Again, they haven't got shitty owners though. Like, they've got owners who spent a lot of money. They've done what we've said a lot tonight. The clubs have spent a lot of money on crap players, and then they blame the owners rather than the fact that, well, actually they've all made bad decisions. Do you know what I mean? It's not the owner's fault, is it? It's not like the Glazers have said to Man U, right, no, you've got no money at all. You know, bringing players like Casemiro in, bringing De Ligt in, bringing Sesko and, like, massive signings. Oh, the fucking Glazers don't spend anything. Hang on, what? Casemiro was free, was he? Does Carrick get the job? I don't see why he doesn't, Chris. I don't see why. And if it's not him, I think it should be Southgate. And I think Spurs should have looked at Southgate as well. I think genuinely, Southgate is probably going to be the most overlooked piece of the most overlooked manager for a Premier League job. And clubs that haven't looked at him, then more fool them, really, to be honest. Yeah, I'm with you with this one as well, Jam. That whole Marseille thing stinks. They want Tonali and Siddiqui in the summer, which will knit their midfield together. If they get Siddiqui, though, Sanashi, welcome in, welcome in. Southgate's a United fan. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, he is from London after all. I don't know. But I just think that why would you not hire Southgate? Two European final, World Cup semi-final, World Cup quarter-final, European semi-final, like whatever it is, he's got he's been like 3 kicks away from winning 3 international trophies, like pretty much. I don't see why Southgate gets all the slagging he gets. Oh, he plays defensive football. Nobody cared when Mourinho did it, right? Only problem with Southgate will be Jurgen Klinsmann factor at Bayern. Discuss console. Siddiqui would cost a lot. Siddiqui's going to cost a lot of money. I don't necessarily think he's forced to work with you know who. I think he doesn't have to play him. And he could also have said, well, look, you know what? I'm not having him in the team. And he could have walked. He could be principled. You know, like Eddie Howe could have been principled at Newcastle and went, I don't want to work with owners like this. Instead, he went, tasty blood money. Oh, let's have that. Yeah. Money talks. That's it, right? Could argue Arteta should have dropped in the sack party. Should have done. Sunderland had their issues with Adam Johnson. Yeah. We should have sacked him. Shouldn't have stood by him. And then for real life football, start banning TJ. Seems fair, to be honest, Jason. Yeah. Get rid of me. The stream would be much better without me. Console, if they build a structure around him, I think it could work. He's untested in the transfer market. Bayern brought Klinsmann based on German success, didn't translate. I think Southgate to Palace might be a better fit for him. Yeah. I don't know. From what I think, I personally think he's worth a shot at a top job. But then again, I don't run football clubs. Yeah. But if I was running a football club, here's the thing. Without Reggie, if Southgate was in the conversation for Sunderland, I would not be unhappy. I'd be sat going, do you know what? Yeah, cool, that'd be good. I'd take that. I'd be very happy with that. But we've got Reggie, so I don't have to think about that. But as I say, if that was a conversation, I'd be all for it. Southgate's get the Maguire treatment. Yeah. Unfashionable. Do you know what? Give me Maguire. Maguire, Ballard and Alderete as a back 3. Oof. Yeah, I'm all for that. Not sure how Southgate gets slagged. He got Borough to European Cup final, England to the semis. He's clearly the second coming of Jesus. Neither of those things have happened again in my lifetime. Exactly. Wasn't Southgate mistreated because you Anglos tend to overhype and oversell your national team? That's exactly it, Gronibar. See, as a Scot, Console's Welsh, like, we laughed. We found it funny that they didn't like Southgate. Because we're sat going, you literally don't know how good you got it. Yeah. And yeah, did find it funny when they failed. And I'll find it funny when they fail again at the World Cup. You know, they'll all turn, and there'll be a large portion, there will be a portion of England fans over the summer that will, of course, attack Tuchel because of the fact that he's German, and it'll just bring out another horrible side of English football fans. Not all English football fans, obviously not all, but sadly an undercurrent. Did I tell you? Did I tell you? I saw, right, because you know how it was, England Day the other day. I saw someone, a fully grown adult man, like a dad age man, dressed as one of the fucking Crusades, red morph suit on, white Crusades tunic over the top of it. I was like, are you kidding me? I thought you only saw those sorts of people on the news in Benidorm or something. I didn't punch him, Rouge. I was driving, otherwise I'd have taken a photograph of him. He was possibly off to sign the sex offenders register, Brit. That's possibly where he was going. And it was all on Thursday as well. Yeah. Yeah. I saw that and I was like, this is... There's a nonce amongst in the town. Clearly, that's a man who only gets to see his kids once every other weekend, and even then, they don't really want to see him. He turns up and he's like, "Does your mum still talk about me?" That's how the conversation starts, in it. Well, yeah, just that was wild seeing that. I was like, oh my god. He's not got kids, at least not his own. Well, I don't think he's got access to them, that's for certain. I always feel bad for sex offenders when these people get compared to them. It's a fair point, actually. Your team's missed out on the playoffs by 1 point. Oh, who's your team? LFC, Liverpool. Good ball through. Oh, Francis Church. Ring the bells. He's got kids. Sounds like Heath Slater. I got kids. The mighty Lancaster City. Right, I appreciate your support to your team, Carb, but I'm not sure mighty needs to be in there. Needs to be in that sentence. I've seen more mighty in half and half bread. It's the same league as Gainsborough. I thought Lancaster got to the playoffs. TJ want to join me in becoming an owner of Clapton Community FC. Becoming the owner? How do we do that? Oh, pick that one out, Coulson. Clapton Community FC. Let's have a look and see what's... I mean, it's a bit of a commute for me, to be honest. It's a members-only non-league club founded in East London. They own the Spotted Dog Ground. I'm not really a fan of dogs. Red, white, and black, though. That's Sunderland colours. Hang on. They recently played Romania. Well, FC Romania. So hang on. It's 100% fan-owned. Oh, I don't have a controlling stake here then, do I? £12 a year, one member, one vote. Is that the FC Romania in the UK? That's the one. That's the one, Jem. Yeah, I misread it. I just saw Romania and thought they played Romania. The whole thing is trying to become the most inclusive club in England. Get SYC to involved. He'll get just wholly to sponsor them. I mean, he's a money maker. Is SYC? Women and non-binary open access training. Nice. I like that. Men's over 35s. I could play in that. I could play in that team. Okay. Well, I mean, let me have a think. I mean, the problem is, like, I love it, but it's in London, isn't it? And that's always gonna be a problem, isn't it? If you can't afford to buy a ticket, you walk in. Concession list is everyone. Kids getting for free. That's nice. That's nice. We spoke about that as something with our club. We were sort of saying that if kids couldn't afford to pay the subs, then they would be covered essentially. You know what I mean? The idea being that you could then like say, look, you shouldn't be excluded from playing football if you can't afford to be in. So we've talked about that for ours. It sounds like a good thing. It sounds like a good thing. Back in a minute, you're 90 miles away. What's £12 a year in the grand scheme of things? It's true. It's true. Lancaster playing Romania isn't that mad. Bamba Bridge famously played the Czech Republic in a friendly game prior to the Czechs' opening game against Germany in Euro 96. That's a great fact, Jim. I like that. Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna be honest. The kits are quite interesting, right? Okay. I could be. I mean, that's quite snazzy. Yeah. That's quite snazzy. And then the away kit is quite snazzy as well. Look at that bad boy. Yeah. That's pretty smart. Gronibar, in on the prime again, my friend. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. And that's the goalkeeper kit. That's class. That is cool, actually. Yeah, I like that. That is very smart. Yeah, it looks mint. That looks mint. Interest. That do you know what? That should be the kit. That shouldn't just be the goalkeeper's kit. I know it feels a bit unfair saying to the goalkeeper that they're not a real kit, but yeah. You could sell more of that if that was the actual shirt. Nice. You got annoyed with the 2-minute ad interruptions. Do you know what, Gronibar? Yeah, I appreciate that. Sorry, the ads have to be there, I'm afraid. Got friendly versus Darlington versus Generation Foot shouldn't be too hard to arrange. I think we could do that, Jason. Bear in mind, we've not been watching and we won again, so that's us up to 13th now. 8 wins, 5 draws, 8 defeats. Goal difference of 8. It's all about the 8s. And we are currently 8 points from the playoffs. Don't apologise for my income. It's very kind, very kind. Look, it's a Twitch thing, right? They make it all happen. Above Marine, fake news. It's true. It's true. Above Scarborough, above Boston, above Bath, Welling, Barrow, Havant, and Waterlooville. And obviously there'll be some point when all of our players get taken off us because we've not been playing in the exact positions that they want. So, might go to bed knocking myself out with some tourist fodder tulip frolic in North Yorkshire this afternoon. I mean, that sounds like a wonderful sentence, Jam. Is that the tulip farm that's near where we stay, or is this a different tulip fodder? Tulip area? Because I'd realised there is a tulip farm close by. Highly recommend listening to the BBC York commentary from today. I've posted in the Discord. It's class, isn't it? It is class. Yeah, Jebru's popped the full final 13 minutes as well in there. Have you noticed the hundreds of tulip farms, wildflower meadows, sunflower pricing, picking, pumpkin patches? Got to diversify, right? You got to make sure you got the income coming in. Especially given the company that I work for. Yeah, we could do it. Kind of do a farmers making as much money as we as possible, really. The zone coverage was too mank for me. Loved it when York scored. They had what's she called? Sean? Is it Sean from the Absolutely Football podcast? They had her on. Brilliant. Great to see her get involved. Spillman's, is that what you mean? There's fire around York. Yeah. Spillman's where I go and get me pumpkins. But there's a tulip farm in Haxby as well. I just drove past the other day, and it's been there for years. I've never really associated with tulips, but yeah, no. See, this thing, even I didn't realize it was there. You didn't realize it was there. Yeah, as you go on the bypass up towards New Ayswick amongst Cross, yeah, there's a tulip farm on the left hand side. It's probably that one actually, wildflowers, but yeah, it's tulips this year. So okay, that makes me feel all right then that it wasn't there all the time and I've just not noticed it. But yeah, have a look out there and see, take it and have a little nosy. The music in this tulip place had the Haxby fish and chips fan and was serving Haxby bread. Ooh. Now, what I'm a fan of is the old Haxby Bakery coffee as well. But what I'm not a fan of is I'm not a fan of the fact that it doesn't open on a Sunday or a Monday. What's the point of that? Do you know what I mean? Where's my cinnamon morning roll on a Monday morning? Can't have one. We don't work. We're not open on Mondays. What's the fucking point of that? They do a nice flat white though. Yeah, I flirt with hipster things. I do, JM. I know. Like at first, I thought it was just me, and they were just like, just close the door. Like he won't know, right? He's clearly too northern. He won't even try and use the handle. He might try and put a brick through it, and that's about it. But then I was like, no, I think they mean it this time. And it's bad because at that point I don't want to go to Starbucks and do a drive-through Starbucks, so I have to just go home instead. Which is fine, you know. Save a bit of money, but if I was going to have a coffee, I'd rather go there. But yeah, the Haxby fish and chips is meant to be good though. And is that the one that's on again? There's the fish and chips van. Sorry, this has gone very, very, very specific parts of Yorkshire at this moment in time. In the chat, is that the there is a fish and chip van that's on the bypass? That's getting a lot of good reviews at the minute as you're going out towards Pocklington. Apparently that's where all the cool kids hang out now, including but not limited to Gary Lineker, by all accounts, recently. Chaz gone dead as me. Tony talking about the pros and cons of various bakeries and chip shops. Yeah, come on, chat. Tell me where you get your wildflowers from. I have a few farms behind my house, says Jason. The old lady brings fresh, hot, homemade halloumi every once in a while. Nothing like it. There you go. Look at that. That's what we're talking about, yeah? Chris said, enjoyed a sandwich. Tell me the sandwich, Chris. What's in it? Let's rate that sandwich. You don't want to disturb. Oh, hey. We don't want to disturb your sandwich, but we will. I will. There's great mileage in sandwich, chat. You better believe there is. Just ham and... Never use the word just when describing ham and cheese, Chris. I think ham and cheese is one of the greatest staple sandwiches of all of our time. Yeah. Jam and cheese. I mean that's very Scandinavian, Jam, innit? Jam and cheese. If I guess it was some sort of savoury jam, it's not far off a pickle. Or like a chutney, maybe. Cheese and chutney. A great sandwich, you need great bread, and great bread does not exist in the UK. Ooh, right, okay, right. Fight's on, everyone. Gronibar has thrown the gloves down. Hands are up. Who's going to throw hands with Gronibar? The Haxby Bakery does good bread. Oh, you've never had Irish sourdough, have you? You've never had a Scottish morning roll, I presume. Had 2 pitters with pork doner and chips in it. Jason's got a sandwich and a half going on back there, hasn't it? Also, we had Mighty White back in the day, which was like half brown bread and half white bread. That is class. And Tiger bread. Yeah, Chaser, exactly. Tiger bread is fucking good. Tiger bread's even better than granary roll. What have we got? What have we got? Gronibar. What's the best bread? Don't talk about Mighty White, TJ. You just proved the point. Also, it goes back to that fella dressed as St. George, doesn't it? I'll tell you who's Mighty White. If I was a mod. Made a cracking sandwich today. Ciabatta, sun-dried tomatoes, chicken, ham, pepperoni, mozzarella, pesto. Oh, my word. Oh, 33. That deserves a proper yes. Yes to that. That's a sandwich, innit? That's a sandwich. Yeah, too many. We have many types of breads. We have bakeries. Gronibar, where are you based, Gronibar? Let me remind you, I'm French. Oh, right, okay. Gronibar wins. It's French bread, isn't it? You know what I mean? He's right. He's right. We can't win. We cannot beat French bread. It's impossible. Italian bread is better. Serious question, is a calzone a pizza or a sandwich? If you put 2 slices of bread on top, then it's a fucking good sandwich, isn't it? Italian bread is better. A ciabatta or a baguette. You can have the French bread, but they also eat snails. But snails is lush as well, though, James. Snails are lovely. A bit of frog's legs as well, escargot. Yum, 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 yum. Rougeau, nothing better than a baguette from a Parisian bakery in the morning. Yeah. Ciabatta's great to dip into soup, but so's a proper baguette though, like crusty roll. You dip baguette into French onion soup. You're not doing that with a ciabatta. I'm sorry. I love a ciabatta. A ciabatta makes a wonderful sandwich. I will admit that. Right? Ciabatta, awesome. Bit of olive oil on it. Oh, JM, while you're here, Salt Pig in York. That's a sandwich place that does a good ciabatta sandwich. Right? Have a look in there. In fact, go in the Discord, by the way, everyone. There's in the food and drink section, there is some pictures of said sandwich from Salt Pig. Have I got my picture in there? I think I have. Yes, I have. Yeah. Going back from, it's my birthday weekend, my birthday day. Good sandwich. Good sandwich. Yeah, French is bread and cheese, isn't it? That's literally what they do. Yeah. Crusty baguette in soup. Socrates, play as if you were never going to make a mistake, but don't be surprised when you do. Happy Johan Cruyff Day. Even TJ and chat, hope you well. Socrates, I didn't know it was Johan Cruyff Day, but that makes sense. Johan Cruyff, the man who watched the 1973 FA Cup final, saw a lot that he liked about Sunderland. So, there we go. Happy Saturday to the mad scientist. How are you, my friend? Happy Saturday as well to you. Hope you're good. Pleasure to have you in. Italian cheese is good. We'll still say we'll beat them, but they're really good too. Look, the French have brought in raclette. I think we've got to give them that, you know. And Camembert, Brie, Boursin. Raclette is Swiss. Is it? Well, okay, Jem, I take that back. I'll give that one to you. Sorry, my mistake. I presumed it was French. You know, due to the nature of, you know, toast, cheese, and then like, I thought that was a French thing. It's from Valais. Ah, okay. Then I apologize. Sorry about that. Get me cheeses wrong. It's a crime that's punishable by death. Do better. Do you know what? I need to. The French gave us Baby Bell. Raclette is Swiss Jura. It's complicated to pin down exactly. A bit like a fondue. I do love a raclette though. I cheat and say the best food is Swiss, and I pick the best bits of German, Italian, and French. I mean, that is. You've done well there. You've done well. Even Blythe Spartans, how are you, pal? Socrates picking up on a bit of 808 state. And Johan Cruyff would have been 79 today. Exploding carrot. People are shocked when I tell them I hate most cheese. Hate most cheese? Okay, so what? So, okay. Hating most is fine. That's not fine, but let's go with it. But it depends upon what you like. What cheese do you like, Carrot? Because what it would be meant was be if I hate most cheese, right? All I eat though is Stilton. That would be good. If you say I hate most cheese and all I like is Primula. I mean, again, Primula's not bad. It's shit, but it's not bad. Spartan stayed up, Black Town got relegated. There we go. That's what it is, isn't it? It's all about. I like halloumi, mozzarella on pizza, and that garlicky soft cheese. That's Boursin, isn't it? That's the one. Do you know what? You've done right, though. If you've gone for halloumi and mozzarella, they're textured cheeses that I wouldn't have gone with them as my easiest cheese. Say American cheese and you're getting banned immediately. Yeah, I like that shitty plastic cheese you put on McDonald's burgers. The smellier, the better. In most senses of the word, Granabar. Yeah. We call that shit cheese. Yeah. I keep trying to show the kids the stinky cheese, and they're like, "That's Daddy's stinky cheese in it." I'm like, "Yep, yeah, it is." Feta's awful. Oh, feta with watermelon and in a salad. That's really nice. Blue cheese brie, Appenzala. It's a long way from cheddar and mozzarella. I understand people not liking all cheese. Oh, you can't like all cheese, Jeb. You can't like all cheese. It's not possible. There's some stuff that I just go, it's not really for me. You know, like there's some goat's cheeses I'm like quite like, but not all of it. Not all of it. In a cheese sandwich, grated or sliced? Well, for me, right, okay, this is where allow Tory Jameson to take the stage. I have a cheese slice. No, I'm not cutting it with a knife like you know, everyone else, right? I've got a cheese slicer. I use that for all of my cheese needs. Oh, well, unless of course I'm grating it, then I'd use the grater. But yeah, if I'm making a sandwich, I'm getting a slicer. Off up to bed, TJ up at 6. If I work, enjoy the rest of the stream. You enjoy, Chris. Have a wonderful time. Pleasure to see you as always, pal. Liking cheese is an acquired taste, and you train your tongue and mouth to understand and enjoy good cheese. I like a Jarlsberg. I like a bit of nutty cheese. Do you need some ideas for food though? I go on a diet and proper weight loss thing from Tuesday. Oh right, Chris. Right, Discord it. Let's do some proper healthy food prep ideas. I've got a few I can share with you. A metal wire thing. I used to cut the shit out of my webbing on my fingers when I worked at the Morrison's Deli. No, I've got it's like a Scandinavian thing. You get them in IKEA. You get them everywhere now, to be honest. Sure, I've shown you these before, haven't I? Oh, there's the tap in. Yeah, like this is what you need. This is how you do. This is how you need to be living your life, right? Yeah. That's what you want. Have one of them. Slice your cheese up. Yeah. Trying to cut parmesan, which is like a rock. Oh yeah. That's got to be the wire on it. You've got one simple one, croque monsieur, easy to do, light, can be taken to the road, will fill you up. I mean, that thing is, right, a croque monsieur, that's just a cheese and ham toasty around here. And again, I'm not using the word just, but a croque monsieur, and a croque madame as well. Sounds posh, then you bring up an IKEA link. Exactly. See, this is the thing, I'm not as la-di-da as everyone likes to think I am. Or as I like to position myself to be. Yeah? It's only £3 as well. I've had 22 ovens, maybe, but right. But apart from that, I met someone else as well today who's got 2 ovens. So it says more about me than anyone else, doesn't it? The croque madame is with an egg on top. Was it in the director's box? Yeah, well played. Well, you both eating sushi. Have I showed you me sushi? I definitely did have sushi. But we bought that. We got a meal deal, Tesco meal deal before we got in. I was like, Mrs. J was like, "You need a snack?" I was like, "I need sushi because I'm off to the football." She was like, "God's sake." Oh, McDonald's smashed it over the bar. Peering down at the poor people through a powerful telescope. I've got one of those, like, sort of like those handheld binoculars, yeah. It's got DJ get the monocle out. Yeah, I wasn't looking at them. I got the staff to look at the poor people. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Chris. I could do with losing a few kilos as well, to be honest. Don't have a toasty, butter your sliced bread, burn it to the stove. No more than 10 minutes and you're good. Yeah, croque monsieur is the way to go, in it. But as good as a croque monsieur is, we have eggy bread. So yeah. Sanashay, welcome in, by the way. I appreciate the follow from earlier on. Don't know if I mentioned that or not. So we're slowly moving up the league here as well, by the way, everyone. I mean, obviously we're not paying too much attention to scores or anything because we don't want to see what's going on, do we? But I mean, we picked it up from where? Kings Lynn tonight. So 0-0, 3-2, 1-1, 2-1. Defeat against Fylde, but beat Boston, beat East Leigh, Forest Green in the FA Trophy now. Moved up to 10th, I think. Look at that. 8 points behind Scunny. Monocle, am I supposed to be the Monopoly guy? Well, if you pass goal, give me £200. Oh, wait. Do I give you £200? I don't know. There you go, Chris. Spurs declare interest in Yildiz. And the sack looms over Manning with Cambridge up next. Even suspect, how are you, pal? Welcome in. Are we winning? We are, in a sense, yeah. In a sense, although Yeovil have now made a bid for Coulson. Oh, it's all right. That's not our Coulson. Thank God for that. I was worried for a second there. Let's remove him from the shortlist. That's not our Coulson. Different Coulson. Oof. A little bit of a worry there. In fact, who's out of contract at the end of this season? Hamish, Gilligan, Openda, Josh Mack. Coulson's got another year. Okay. Fine. Best player is a Nugent called Indiana Thrush. I only kept him because of the name, but he's been mental as a right back. Sounds like you need to go to the doctors for that. Your roast beef, if that's how you can spell it. Roast beef. It's quite good. Roast beef's good, yeah. Or is it a bit like brisket? I think it's roast beef, though, isn't it? This is from your DB, by the way. Having the alternative universe Darlow update after this match has finished. I love the fact that you just kept going with it. Yeah, Chris is managing Gainsborough, by the way. Anyone who's subbed or primed. If you've linked it to the Discord, then if you go into the subscriber only save files, you can pick up any of the save files from this save. You can play around. Rougeau, I did say I put the tactics in there as well, so I should do that. Sorry, a little bit behind the times at that. Getting that put in, I should really have done that. Mighty City smashed Gainsborough 3-0 the other week. Oh, this is the mighty Lancaster. So we've got Forest Green in the FA Trophy, and it's snowing. Locally sourced snow, obviously. I've forgotten about that. It's not really well. Yeah. I'll get on top of it. Don't worry, Rougeau. You know, I'm like, this Forest Green kit looks like they're wearing Anthem jackets. Critchlow, Bindley. Oh, good ball. Kalikovsky. Oh, he should have pulled it across. Oh, I've just seen Offie, Crete from our Builder Nation, Greece. Offie have just won their first trophy in 39 years. They won the Greek Cup, beating PAOK 3-2. So Offie enter the Europa League next year. You know, and I think we actually went. Didn't we go to Offie after Larissa booted us? So I think there's a beautiful irony there that we knew before they did. So yeah, that's what's happened there then. Yeah, it's a fashion thing, isn't it? Oof. This is not a bad result so far. Well, there's still 13 minutes to go. Billington out to Kalkovsky. Backside Critchlow. Kalkovsky. Oh, off the inside of the bar. Again, still doesn't look for anyone in the centre. We went to Offie, we bought the Paraguayan striker. Yeah, that's right. Oh. Right. Is this us out of the FA Trophy now? I'm a bit positive as well. It's like we're sitting back. It's Dan Hill's way. Go on, Dan. There you go. Pulls it back. Oh, Kalkowski. We're not done yet. Have a bit of that. Silky footwork from Dan Hill. Walsall low knee. Eugene Gerard is smiling like Cheshire Cat up there in heaven after Offie's success, says Jason. Oh, Dan's gone down. No penalty, apparently. Why would he stop? No. I mean, that doesn't feel fair, does it? Why would Dan Hill go down in the box if he wasn't fouled? How do we count the floors in the buildings? First floor is which one? Ground floor after the staircase. Yeah, so you've got ground floor, first floor, second floor, third floor. Yeah. It's like 0. And then if you've got a mezzanine level in there as well, that's just messes you up. Yeah, I'm a bit concerned about that. I felt like we should have had a penalty there. But yeah, FA Trophy gone. So I guess it's another one of those. Just focus on the match, focus on the league, try and stay in the league, get as high up the table as we can. Youth intake looks appalling. Doesn't look good, does it? Jose Manuel Vidal, Umar Rahman, and Sean Wright. They're the kids to look out for, apparently. Yeah, that's not good. That's Larissa levels of youth intake. That. The game's just quit to desktop. Luckily, it happened after went 5-2 after being 2-0 down. Yeah, you don't crash in the desktop. That's not that can't be good, right? I ask because my cat is suicidal. I live on the 3rd floor, so she's jumping out the window, looking at the bottom of the building is all plants and bushes. Darlow update with 10th in the league. Chris, we've just been knocked out of the FA Trophy. We were a goal down to Forest Green. We pulled level. Then we played the ball through. Our centre forward's gone through on goal. We believe he's been chopped down in the box because why else would he fall over? The ball's then been played right up through our 2 centre backs, and they've scored. So can't help but feel a little bit frustrated with that. Yeah. And now we play Morecambe next, who are top of the league. So yeah, Alternative Derby, Dollar Universe, they're 23rd after 17 games. And look, and we are 10th in the National League, yeah? Grand total of 9 points. I got more than 9 points. All right, Church has got 5 goals now. He's not exactly prolific, but he's managed to get a couple of more goals in. Belston replacing Gilligan there again. Let's do that. I have to put Bernard in, even though he's not fit. 10th place finish this season would set you up nicely for promotion in 7 seasons. It certainly gives us a leg up, doesn't it, Zeep? I mean, 7 seasons? That's optimistic. That depends on who's coming down, doesn't it? And also who comes up. So league could get really, really tight 6 seasons in. So not yeah. I'm not going to commit to anything just yet. Yeah. Because I mean, there's a chance that I'm not getting any coaching badges between then as well. So there's also that problem. Is Amira Badger a pain in the series of the game? They are well. At this club, they're very, very difficult ground bar. We can't get one at all. Gateshead were willing to give us one, but they also weren't willing to give us. Well, they were going to give us half of the wages we're getting at Darlow and a much worse transfer budget, and they were sat close to the relegation spot. So I'm guessing giving us a coaching badge wasn't really the deal breaker for them. Nil-nil. That's okay so far. Okay, Chukwu's knackered. Bernard Ferguson's struggling. Oh. That's right. Keep moving them out. Keep moving them out. Oh, great save. That's a crap ball down the wing, isn't it? Oh, he's away. He's left him. Oh, great save. Let's go back to counter-attack again, shall we? Maybe sit defensively. Oh, give the ball away. Here's a goal. There you go. Oh, good challenge. Go on, Coulson. Get him away. Get him away. Down you go. Down the line. Get those legs open, son. Okay, Chuck Woo. Church is up. Oh, he's got to hit the target. Hasn't he? Got to hit the target there. Let's put Big Dan Hill on. Again, neither of them have really got pace. Bernard Ferguson's going to have to come off. So is Bindley. Oh, look at Chukwu. Away you go. Go on, it's Hill. Hill's through. Oh, how's he missed? How's he missed that? That was surely harder to miss than score. We're going to lose this 2-0 now, aren't we? Gone nowhere. Oh, good save. Doesn't seem to really make a difference what players you bring on and off. It's not going to make too much of a difference, is it? Oh, come on, can we get anything? Doesn't look like we're gonna, does it? We'll still stay 10th though. 1-0's not the worst, is it? I mean, yeah, outplayed all through the match, but yeah, could have been a lot worse. Again, though, we go back to that thing where if we're losing, we're only losing by 1 goal. There's only the Telford match where we've lost by more than 1 goal. So defensively, we're still keeping pretty tight. Yeah, we're not getting like railroaded all the time. But Back-to-back defeats now doesn't look good for us. Especially when we're taking up towards Christmas now as well. Getting into the tricky time now, aren't we? Get the team meeting going. No. We don't need to at this moment in time. Like we've lost 2 matches. We're not expected to be in 10th. I don't think a team meeting's needed. And bear in mind that one of those teams we lost against was the top of the table, the league leaders. And we're at Forest Green. Oh, actually, no, they're Enterprise South, so yeah, maybe we shouldn't have lost there then. Get this Crawley match done and see what goes down. Don't really fancy 3 defeats in a row, if I'm honest, so let's get Pender in for Bindley, actually. Let's try Hume up front. Keep Critchlow in. Let's keep Critchlow there as well. So there we go. Away to Crawley then. Let's get this going. Crawley 14th. We've got a bit of snow again. Which is always nice. They're 14th. We're 10th. Can we keep ourselves top 10? I mean, we're already 11th now, so it's not great. Where are Crawley? Just beneath us, 14th. Let's push up at them, shall we? Let's get in their faces. What we could do actually is do with dropping into the low block. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Douglas booked, brilliant. Okay, so the highlight's not stopped, which definitely means something's going to happen. Great. There we go. Yeah, no worries, Chris. I'm not going to be too far behind you, to be honest, my friend, myself. So, yeah, pleasure as always. Catch you easy. Roll Blade, appreciate the follow. Very kind. St. Bernard with the cross in. No one's there. Hamish. St. Bernard's gone for the near post. Is it now time to start panicking? I would say yes, Kent. Oh, bless you, Raw Blood. Welcome in. Welcome in. Greetings from Portugal. It's nice to have you in. Douglas is going to have to come off. Darlington can go on. Henderson's looking anxious. Henderson's not having a great time. Let's get him on there. Yeah, you're right. Do you know what, Jason? You're absolutely right. Yeah. Lads, just stop smashing the ball over the goal, please. Dan, take it easy, my friend. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for TW. Absolutely. Total Extreme Wrestling tomorrow. If that's your vibe, come and join us. If it's not your vibe, it will be. It's basically Football Manager for wrestling. Good block. Good block. Okay, Chuck was knackered. We have to get him off, aren't we, really? But with who? That's the problem. I'll tell you what, we can put Bindley at left back, can't we? Yeah, let's put Bindley there. Let's get Church on. Let's change that then to route play, actually. Oh, I changed the out possession instructions as well, don't I? Oh. Right, there you go. That's disallowed. That's all right. Okay, disallowed. We can go with that. Panic time. It's not panic time yet. No need to panic. No need to panic. Here's Kelly bringing it forward. St. Bernard. Craig's low. Oh, he's giving it away. Now it's time to panic. Oof. Keep holds it well. There you go. Right. Okay. Fine. 1-0 again. not the end of the world. Down to 11th. That's fine. Players in need of a rest. Maybe they do need to get a bit of a rest. We might have to do that. Yeah, let's consider that. But that sounds like a next week problem, to be honest. Because I think it's now time for me to do a little raid. And this dude looks like he's brand new. He's got 4 followers at the minute. So let's go and give him some love. And he's also managing Sunderland. So I think that makes him all right, as far as I'm concerned. So go and give Bradders some love. Let's drop the raid on him. Make sure you follow as well. And then tomorrow night is TEW. So appreciate you all. As always, thank you for this evening. It's always been fun. Yeah, let's go and give Bradders some love. And yeah, G up his Sunderland save. So catch you all tomorrow. All the best, everyone. Take care. Bye now.